Yo, what's up everyone, it's Telf bringing you guys another episode of Mesmerized, your home for the latest and greatest Mesmer Commentary. But anyways, you guys asked me for a few different builds and trait setups to play around with, and I said I'd bring you guys some sword-pistol combinations, and unfortunately I wasn't able to get too many good matches with it as I was having some problems with fraps. Fortunately though, Khyrpa here, a member over at the BNC forums, was kind enough to let me use his footage so that I could get some good footage out there for you guys. Very impressive. I was impressed, and I hope you guys will be as well. So he headed up the windmill there real quick. Now he's going to be trying to blink up here. The great trick to use, but he fell off, unfortunately. But then he sees this ranger, so he's going to start off with his illusionary leap, gets out his illusionary duelist, and then is going to throw that trick shot, get that blurred frenzy off, and just do massive amounts of damage, trying to kill that guy with one burst combo. Unfortunately, the guy got a heal off, so he wasn't able to do it real quick. But now that he's trying to spread some distance, you're going to see Khyrpa get out the great sword and throw out that spatial surge, just trying to do as much damage as possible. And then when the enemy gets close, he throws off that illusionary wave to knock him back and eventually finishes him off with a stomp to the face. And now that he's finished off this ranger, he's going to be heading up to Clock Tower to help out the rest of his team to finish off that cap, while charging both of his mantras on the way. Now that he gets here, he sees that his team has mostly got it covered, but there are a few enemies left. So he's going to use that illusionary leap, get some mind slashes out, use that blurred frenzy, get a trick shot off, get that CC out, and then use his illusionary duelist, get that phantasm out for that little extra damage, start mind slashing some more, get some more blurred frenzies. His F finishing ability to finish that guy off, chase this guy out the window because he knows that his team finished off that cap. Once he gets out here, he sees one warrior and one ranger and one of his teammates, so he's going to help out his teammate here, good on that ranger, do a tons of damage. Now that he sees his teammates down, he knocks back that ranger with his illusionary wave and revives his teammate, thus helping him take down this ranger in the long run. Great recognition there to see that his teammate was worth more to him alive than laying there dead. So he finishes off this ranger real quick with his teammate, and now that this warrior's back, his teammate runs away, leaving him there alone, but he knows that he can take on this warrior alone, so he starts going at him, laying out that trick shot, getting out his illusionary leap and illusionary duelist, chases him down, and then when he realizes that the warrior's running a little too far, he starts getting his great sword out, switches to it, gets his spatial surge out, throws out some vulnerability, and just spams that spatial surge, eventually finishing him off with his teammate. He then realizes that his teammate is going to be able to finish off that warrior, so he's going to start heading over to Mansion, but then he starts to see that it's being contested by his team and eventually starts getting capped by it, so he doesn't need to be there. So instead he's going to head over to Clock Tower, where he is definitely more needed for the capture point, getting that points for his team. So he's going to charge up his mantras on the way, wait for one of his teammates to show up, and head up here. Sees three enemies, but instead of being able to fight him, he throws off his illusionary duelist and they run away. They must have been scared, but no, they were chasing that other enemy, or his teammate, so they just stand up here and cap it while they wait for some enemies. Now that a guardian showed up, throws off that illusionary leap, get that blurred frenzy out. But unfortunately, the enemy team has a Necro and Leechborn, so he is pretty much gonna die no matter what he does, and eventually he does go down to that Necro, and now he's gonna get finished off with a stomp out. So while he's dead here, I just want to remind you guys that he's not just using the abilities on his 1 through 5 and 6 through Elite 6 through 10 bar here. He's also using his F1 through F4 shatters all the time. Since his build doesn't revolve around illusions or phantasms, he's able to use those shatters a lot, and you will see him use them a lot. I just don't have the time to say it in everything, but I'll try to keep up on it. So you see he's fighting this ranger. Him and his teammate actually chased this ranger out of Mansion, and they already have Mansion, so they don't have to worry about keeping it, so they just chase him out of here. So he switches to his great sword and starts doing spatial surge. Since the enemy's running away from him, it just does extra damage. Unfortunately though, he does get snared down and he's not able to chase as fast as he wants to, but eventually he does catch up and gets back up here. And instead of chasing that warrior out, he does try to capture the point and finds that ranger again. So he hits his illusionary leap, gets right over to the ranger, hits Blurred Frenzy, and just melts him instantly. Almost finishes him off, but not quite able to. Gets snared by that spider, knocks him down with trick shot, with a clutch trick shot right before he goes over the edge. Gets snared again by those arrows coming out of the ground. Not sure what that's called, but I'll figure it out eventually. And now that that ranger ran off far enough, he's going to charge up his mantras and just start capping this point. Another little thing, the ranger pets, if they attack you once, they stay on you forever unless that ranger calls it back. So good thing to keep in mind there. If that ranger pet's attacking you, don't ignore it, just finish it off. So now that they have Clock Tower here, he's going to chase out to this ranger now, try to kill him. Throws out that illusionary duelist, gets that trick shot off, get ready for that Blurred Frenzy, gets it off, just melting him instantly. Falling off, unfortunately, not able to finish off that ranger, but the ranger does die eventually anyways to his teammate. They still have Clock Tower, so he knows he doesn't have to cap that, so instead he's going to head over to Windmill, try to capture that for his team real quick, get some points back because they are behind on points right now and every single point is neutralized. They were getting 3 capped there for a second, but now that it is all up for grabs, hopefully his team will be able to cap everything and get back into the fight here as they are down about 40-50 points. Another thing you'll notice throughout this video, and he's already done it a few times, is he'll be switching his offhand weapon when he's out of combat to his focus to get that run speed off. But now that this ranger came up, he had to switch back instantly right after he got that run speed and throw out that trick shot, get those stuns out, get that Blurred Frenzy, try to get as much damage off as possible. The ranger has already blown his heal, so he's going to be able to do all this damage with no return. And Khyrpa is just going to chase him down. When he realizes that the ranger's getting too far away, he uses his blink and then his illusionary leap to try to get even closer, trying to finish him off just desperately and not able to as the ranger just keeps getting heals off. So he switches to his great sword, starts throwing out spatial surges, just keeps chasing and eventually catches up to him enough to finish him off here. And now that he finally finished this ranger off, he's going to stomp him out real quick and then head over to Clock Tower to try to finish off, get these 3 caps for his team, finally get them ahead because they are still down 20 points. Unfortunately, on the way, this Necro is going to interrupt him, but wait for it, pro play, blink up to the top so that Necro can't even touch him anymore and instantly into the top of the Clock Tower. I gotta show you guys that again real quick. Alright, so Khyrpa knows he's getting chased. He knows he needs to get the Clock Tower instantly, so instead of running around with this Necro on him, he's just going to aim up and blink and hope for the best, and gets right through there. That was a great play by Khyrpa getting away from that Necro there. Alright, so now that Khyrpa's back in Clock Tower, he and a few of his teammates are trying to take out this warrior who has just massive amounts of CC, knockdown, stuns, everything. So Khyrpa's gonna roll out and start doing some damage to this warrior, just try to finish him off with his teammates. Just keeps getting knocked back every time he tries to do anything, so eventually he just runs up to him and hits Blurred Frenzy and just takes him out. Finally able to finish him off with that stomp out. And now that they are up by about 15 points, Khyrpa is just going to try to keep that point advantage for his team. And this Necro is just going to come up, sees that he's outnumbered, and just pop Death Shroud instantly. So Khyrpa is just going to totally ignore him, sees that they are getting 2 capped now, knows that that is not good this late in the game. So instead of staying there to try to fight that Necro, he's going to head over to Windmill, try to get this cap in order to put his team back on top and able to finish it off for his team. Try to win. So he gets over here and there's no one over here, so he's going to be able to finish this cap. He gets it neutralized instantly, but while he's neutralizing this point, the enemy is also neutralizing Clock Tower, so it's not going to help his team much. If only his team was just a little bit quicker on neutralizing points other than Khyrpa. Khyrpa has done amazing this game on neutralizing and capturing points. If only his team was a little bit quicker, they probably could have won. But at this point it is too late to even try. But anyways guys, it was a great game for Khyrpa. You can see his score here in a few seconds. It was an amazing score. But anyways guys, I want to thank Khyrpa for the footage here. Seeing as I wasn't able to get some great sword pistol footage, he supplied me with it and I'm really thankful for that. And as always, head over to gw2bnc.com, boons and conditions, to check out all your fan site needs. Getting a lot of stuff going over there right now. But anyways guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.